hand-to-hand combat out there for a few minutes.
Right in the center, but play is continued. No whistle.
Yeah, you had Brantley Joseph in it out there with Damon Binkley. They were tied up hand-to-hand for a minute or two.
Now the Dragons with it. It's getting physical. I told you this.
Have a call over here, and that's going to go against Josiah Osborn.
I get it.
Wasn't much doubt about that one.
Yeah, the referees really have to stay in control of this. It's going to be a very physical game the entire time. As you can see, it's already begun. We're not even 5 minutes into the first half of this one. The Rockies do lead 1-0. They do have control of the ball, and they're right at the midfield stripe. On the far side now, turning back the other way on it is Osman, but it's quickly taken away by the Dragons. On the far side is Spencer Vanderwill. Vanderwill now with Damon Binkley. He's got one-on-one opportunity. All right, foot, and it is in. Binkley ties it up at 1, and we've got a soccer game. Rusty, here it is, 1-1. Kickoff. Antonio Calderon passes it up, looking for Aguiar. Aguiar has it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. Chase Brown, a senior on the team this year. He touched it to go out of bounds. Rockies pass it in. Aguiar throws it in, and now the Dragons with it. Stolen away and moved up the field by Vincent Stone. Stone looks for Binkley. It goes off of Ruben Osman. And the Dragons able to recover it once again. On the ball is Josiah Osborn.
You got some
very close contact being played between the Dragons and the Rockies right now. Binkley goes to the ground. Free kick given as Doug Overmeyer is called for that.
Marshall and Osborn were out here once again hand fighting, and I get the feeling Osborn really kind of takes the role of enforcer out there.
Well, like I said, it's very, very early on. The referees are going to have to take complete control of this one.
75 minutes of soccer.
As that one goes out of bounds over the baseline, that's going to be a goal kick once again. The second one for the Rockies.
Well, I tell you, both these programs take a lot of pride in being extremely physical, so you know that's going to happen.
Go ahead and give me what you got.
I've seen a lot of hand checking early on here. It's going to be interesting to see how long that continues without going uncalled, as the Dragons now able to take it away. They're trying to move it back up quickly with the ball in the center of the field is Vincent Stone. Stone passes it on over to Chandler Campbell. Campbell up the far side. Looking for Binkley in the center was Spencer Vanderwill. And then it's quickly out of bounds by the Rockies. Last touch now passed in by Campbell.
Okay.
Moving it up to Stone. Stone gets it into the box, looking for Binkley. Binkley goes to the ground, and now the Rockies just look to clear it. As Sam Stone comes over, he picks it up and tosses it out onto the ground near this near side to Colin Dion. Dion with the ball. Neidlinger was over, but Dion passes it on up to Aguiar, but the flag is up, offsides against the Rockies.
Caesar was out there all by himself. What a great pass, but we do have the offside call.
And we've seen the very fast approaches making a big difference, and that's the way the Dragons got their goal, and it was much the same way the Rockies got theirs. Now trying to move it up, 1-on-4, and big physical contact. There's Vincent Stone.
Contact. Vinny Stone, and he ran into Ruben Osman there.
Damon Binkley now on their near side, being pressured by two different Rockies is Binkley. Binkley, heavily recruited by a lot of colleges as he's in his senior year. He leads the Argos program, both boys and girls, with goals scored for a career, and he still has over half a season left. And another quick left kick towards the goal just goes off the near side. Last touch by the Rockies, setting up the first corner kick for the Dragons.
It's not hard to see why people would want Damon Binkley to come and play for their soccer team, is it?
No, he looks very stout early. It's another header. It goes over the top. Stone touched it. He's able to bring it out and clear it away. Is the Rockies. It's back onto the midfield. It's swept up by Chase Brown for the Dragons. Chase Brown trying to get it to go against the goal, trying to get it back up to Binkley, but the Rockies clear it, and they bring it all the way down here to the goal box of the Dragons. It's been a pretty even matchup so far through the first 9 minutes of play. It's 1-1.
Anybody else out there, adults that were.
The ball comes over here towards the near side once again. It controls Brandon Thomas, and last touched by Clay Marshall for the Rockies. So it goes out of bounds. Passing it in is Dylan Ballinger. Ballinger passes it in. Binkley on the near side. Binkley touches it. A very quick touch that goes against a Rocky defender. And then,
Who is it?
that of course was Hildebrand, the sweeper. Hildebrand was able to get it off of Binkley for the ball to go out of bounds. So it'll be passed in by the Rockies. Dion does the honors. They find Aguirre in the center of the field near circle.
Okay. So we.
Krigus looks to pass it up. Hildebrand heads it back to Brantley. Joseph, first time we've called his name here this evening. Dion with the ball, but it's quickly taken away by the Dragons and Brandon Thomas. Thomas trying to take it up, but two Rocky defenders put pressure on him. A nice give and go take for the Rockies there. With the ball in the center of the field, Antonio Calderon.
Is this the girl with the text?
Over to Doug Overmeyer. Overmeyer tries to feed in the far corner Joe Smith, but it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Dragons.
Dad was there to pick her up.
Stop in for some mouth-watering pizza, Andrew. Your Plymouth Pizza Hut. Enjoy your favorite pizza, pasta dishes, breadsticks, salad bar, dessert pizzas. All at Pizza Hut, 1919 North Michigan Street in Plymouth.
That sounds like a great place to go get yourself something to eat after tonight's soccer game. As the Dragons kick it towards the center of the field. And defending is Jacob Hildebrand, the sweeper for the Rockies, getting it turned back around, trying to mount another attack on the goal. With the ball is Doug Overmeyer. Overmeyer passes it on up, looking for Aguirre, and it gets away off of one of the defenders. Marshall with the ball, and he kicks it up and over the top of the net. And it goes out of bounds. Goal kick going to the Dragons.
Just a little bit too hard. Tell you what, he was open, but really hard to square up the ball moving away from the goal, and it's hard to square your feet and get a good swing at that one.
Especially when you're trying to stop the ball and set a shot quickly when you have defenders coming to take the ball away, as you had three Dragons defenders quickly approaching Marshall as he took that boot. Now Dion with the ball, able to get the goal kick back, and he feeds Aguirre in the far corner, and quickly running to it once again is Chandler Campbell. Campbell for the Dragons, able to get it off of Aguirre. He picks it up quickly, looking for the throw-in. Drew Overmeyer says, I don't think so. It's going to be Rockies throwing it in. With the ball now is Overmeyer. Overmeyer quickly.
There you go. Okay, so she's last one right.
Can't really get control of it. The Dragons trying to mount an attack the opposite way. Back to Dion here in the back half of the field. 5 yards shy of the center line. Joseph passes it forward, looking for Neidlinger. Neidlinger with the one and only goal for the Rockies. 12.5 minutes into this first half. It is 1-1. Damon Binkley was able to tie it up. Now Binkley's got an opportunity. He's got to get around the number one of Hildebrand. Binkley plays with it, and a quick right boot for his second goal tonight. 2-1. Binkley leading the charge for the Dragons, and they have a one-goal lead after. Right, and that's a big key to his success as far as getting that ball ahead of the defenders and being able to find the back of the net. The Rockies trying to mount a charge. They want the equalizer. With the ball near side of the box is Marshall. Marshall looks for Aguirre. Top center of the box. Out of the top of the box, and with a quick turnaround is Antonio Calderon, but it goes out to the right, and it's setting up a goal kick for the Argos Dragons.
Just a little bit tall on the shot there by Calderon. He had a good look at it, but just could not keep it down low enough.
Northridge, and I can drive 2 hours and pick her up either, so I get this all.
Doug Vanderweel not really happy with something on his defense over this way. He had a couple of words for his guys.
Trying to run a tight ship is Vanderweel with this Dragon team, of course, they've had a lot of success the last few years, especially you're going to with a player like Binkley, as he is in control of it once again. Plays up their near side, pressured by Hildebrand, the sweeper, and a call against Hildebrand. That's going to set up a free kick. To take the free kick is going to be the Dragons' number 9, Brandon Thomas. Thomas sets it up, actually, rather will be Josiah Osborn. And now we get our third Dragon over by the ball. So they're going to set up a play on the near side. The ball is about 3.5, 4 yards in from the near line with the kick. In is Osborn. Osborn to Vanderwill. Vanderwill to the top, and the Rockies try to clear it, and they do so. Neidlinger with the ball, trying to take it away, is Chase Brown. Brown able to give it up to Binkley. Binkley back to Osborn. Nice touches by the Dragons as they try to go. Mount an attack, looking for the third. Oh my God, it right there, left foot. Puts it in the back of the net. Different players touched the ball before that one found the back of the net.
With this fight.
Nice precision passing by the Dragons to get their third goal, but the Rockies once again trying to mount an attack back the other way. The Dragons struggle with it. They put it left foot by Aguiar, and it goes out of bounds. Goal kick. The Dragons and the Rockies had a great opportunity to slip by them.
Just did not.
Is Antonio Calderon, a senior for the Rockies this year, and a tough break for him. The trainer for the Rockies taking a look. He is limping off the field. He did go out under his own power, but it'll be interesting to see if he's able to return. Binkley tries to get turned around on it for the Dragons. Instead, here come the Rockies. They mount another charge. Peters quickly comes out to grab the ball. Now he's looking for a Dragon receiver.
Daniel Caminiti into the lineup for Plymouth.
Mentioned his name a lot in the last broadcast.
Yes.
Now a free kick given to the Dragons as the physical play continues, Rusty. Just over 15 minutes. That transpired in this first half. 3-1. Once again, the Rockies find themselves trailing by 2 after they scored the go-ahead goal to begin the game. Binkley was the player sought out on the free kick. Instead, now with the kick was Brandon Thomas, and then a whistle was blown as it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in by Dion for the Rockies. Substitutions being made. Who do we have coming in here?
Well, it looks like
The throw-in. Ball's back to the center. It is controlled by the Dragons. That's Mason Lineberry. The first time we've mentioned the defender Lineberry with the ball, but it's quickly taken away by the Rockies. Look at that burst of speed up the far side, looking to get the ball to the center, but Tyler Peters erases that quick charge by the Rockies. Near side now is Brandon Thomas. Thomas feeds it up to Vincent Stone. Stone quickly to the center of the field for the Dragons. Last touch by Vanderwill, then taken away by Ray for the Rockies. Rockies turn it around. Marshall with the ball. Marshall dumps it to Ruben Osmond. And now Binkley gets it as it's turned back around the other direction by Vincent Stone for the Dragons. Binkley, left boot, looks for the assist, but nobody there. Last touch by the number 11 of Joe Smith on the far side. Smith trying to get it turned around. Overmeyer, the center referee, looked to give it to the Rockies, but the line judge overrules him as that ball goes out over the line on the far side. Rockies trying to mount another attack. A long kick from about 15 yards shy of the midfield goes all the way down to the center of the goal box, picked up by Tyler Peters for the Dragons. Peters makes the kick. Pass to Vincent Stone. Stone heads it forward to Spencer Vanderwill. Vanderwill back to Stone. Stone passes it up, looks for Binkley, and it goes right in between a couple of defenders for the Rockies and gets by Binkley. Turned around by Sam Stone. Stone passes it on out. Binkley, look at this. Ooh, almost had a give me.
He was one-on-one with Stone there, and Sam able to make a good play.
Nice job for the Rockies to keep this one at 3-1. Easily could have been a hat trick right there for Binkley already before the halfway point of this first half. Rockies with the ball, passed into Vincent Stone. Stone on the far side. Give and go to Vanderwill. Vanderwill looks for Binkley to the center. Hildebrand, the sweeper for the Rockies, able to clear it with a head, but turning it back around once again is Vincent Stone. Stone, we've mentioned him a lot. He's an excellent ball player for the Dragons right in the center of the field as the Dragons try to mount an attack inside of the goal box, but the Rockies able to clear it. Ball going back and forth quite a bit right now, just to the inside of the box in the center line. As I say that, the Dragons turn it back around. Binkley gets the ball taken away by Colin Calvert. Nobody, as far as the Rockies or the Dragons right now, look to be in total control. Ray tries to change after the Rockies, passes it up near side. Looks for Clay Marshall. Marshall dumps it back to Gamanita. Gamanita back to Marshall. Marshall centers it to Gamanita, but there to clear it is Chase Brown for the Dragons as he kicks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Rockies. Coming down to do the honors is Cameron Ray.
Nice job there by Chase Brown to just be in the right spot at the right time.
Dragons trying to clear it, but the Rockies turn it back around. Ruben Osmond. And then the Dragons clear it thanks to Brandon Thomas. Thomas up to Binkley. Binkley back to Thomas. Thomas dribbles the ball with a couple of different Rockies around it. Gamanita look to pass it over to Neidlinger. Dragons all over it. Here comes a free kick for the Dragons. Called for the contact is the Rockies' number 11, Joe Smith.
Yeah, you can't just shove him off the ball. That's pretty much what happened there.
Spencer Vanderwill, the free kick, gets it into Binkley. Binkley tries to head it towards a goal, and it goes right over the top of his head. He did make slight contact with it, but not enough to change direction of the ball towards the goal. So with that, Sam Stone takes a goal kick, passes it to Cameron Ray on the near side. Ray brings it up slowly and gingerly up the near line, passes it over to Neidlinger in the center of the field. Neidlinger now to Hildebrand. Hildebrand, the sweeper, clears it up, looking for Aguiar. Aguiar can't do anything with it. Or Dragons turn her back around with the ball, and very quick on it. Josiah Osborn. Osborn with it. With a quick touch to get around Cameron Ray, does another one. And now Hildebrand comes over to try to knock him, or Neidlinger, Neidlinger applied the pressure to Osborn. Osborn with the shot, but a nice grab for Stone. Stone passes it up to Neidlinger. He's been all over the field over the last couple of minutes of play. And here comes Binkley. Binkley has the ball for the Dragons at the top of the box. Takes a left foot boot, and it goes right over the top of the goal. 17:33 to go. Goal kick coming up for Sam Stone and the Rockies. They are down 3-1 against the Argos Dragons.
Do you expect this high scoring this early?
No, this actually surprises me.
I would have expected this to be a final score. There's a lot of offense out here.
A lot of offense, a lot of physical play. Really, neither team has really dominated the ball control. It's been a lot of
But taking advantage of, Argos especially, taking advantage of some nice runs to the goal.
yeah, the attacking situations seems to be that's where you want to try to take advantage the best you can, especially those breakaways, which Argos has done a couple of times now, to give them.
It's easier to do when you got Binkley taking a shot.
Binkley's just very fast. Look at him. There he is to the right side, and he's following the ball. He knew where it went behind Hildebrand. He does a quick turnaround, and he has to the far side, Spencer Vanderwill. Vanderwill with it. Back to Binkley, but it's cleared away by Hildebrand. Hildebrand cleared it away, only to be intercepted by Alex Stone. Stone passes it up towards the box once again, but the Rockies defense comes alive, trying to mount the attack, but it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Joe Smith on the far side. The ball belongs to the Rockies right now, just to the midfield strike. Turning on it was Brandon Thomas. Thomas kicks it back to the top of the box for the Dragons. Rockies trying to clear it. Finally doing so is Hildebrand, only for the ball to be intercepted by Campbell. Campbell passes it back up to Osborn. Osborn near side of Thomas. Thomas right foot and in off of the near goal post. Unbelievable shot to get the fourth goal.
By number 9, Brandon.
Some other stuff going on that is a little more religious.
Drew Overmeyer has turned us back a couple of times. And the Rockies and Dragons both taking advantage, allowing their frustrations, temper, emotions to show.
That's the way this game is. It's like Plymouth Warsaw, the same thing. We're Warsaw and Argos. I mean, you get teams that really pride themselves on being incredibly physical, and that's what happens. Argos, you know, how many 50 years of soccer? This is the way you play. You play hard and you play very physical with your opponent.
Dude, totally.
Well, and that's what a lot of
That's a Dragon tradition in my mind. On all the years I've covered, you play hard and play extremely physical.
everybody knows when you say Argos, if they know anything about Indiana sports.
You're going to come off with some bruises. Let's just put it that way.
Well, not
You're
only
going to come
that.
off the field with some bruises. You're going to know you were in trouble.
Right.
And that, you know, there is nothing wrong with it. In my mind, it's, you know, this game should be played. You should have a little bit. It's some contact out there.
I know, seriously.
Well, it should be interesting here now because a corner kick for a corner for the Dragons. 4-1, 4.5 to play, first half. This is only the second corner kick they might ask for. The Dragons will center it in, and the Rockies try to clear it. Osborn was on it. The Rockies trying to go back the other way. Here comes Lineberg. Far side, Aguiar. Feeding it ahead to Smith. Smith looking for Gamanita here to the center, the top of the box. The Dragons once again closing the thread early, kicking it out of bounds, throwing it in. It was Aguiar. Aguiar to Smith. Smith and Aguiar played up the far side. Or excuse me, that was Colin Calvert. Now the Dragons trying to take control of it, but here come a couple of Rockies players. Binkley. For the Dragons trying to get the ball turned around. Back and forth play momentarily, just to about 15 yards to the left of the center line. Far side, Vincent Stone up the sideline to Binkley. Moved off the ball. Binkley, the Rockies mounting a charge once again, passing it up. Looking for Clay Marshall in the center of the field. One of the Dragons players is on the ground. Far side, that being Chase Brown. Brown quickly jumps up. Here's Gamanita. Gamanita with a chance. He's going to be pressured by Brandon Thomas. Gamanita still alive with the ball. And it goes out of bounds after a couple defenders, including Brandon Thomas, over there challenging the ball. Now a corner kick. Oh wait, the Rockies.
Some pretty good defense there by a couple of guys in the middle there. Zach Trump, I believe, is one of them. Also had Alex Stone in there.
Ball around to the center of the goal box, and Anna Peters is there. He's grab a hold of it.
I'm being serious.
2:02 to go in this first half. 4-1 the score. Peters kicks it all the way over to the first side of the midline. Damon Binkley there. But he can't get there before it's cleared away. Here comes Aguiar. Aguiar with a breakaway. Shot! Goal for Rockies!
What a great setup by Damon is there too. Led him with the pass perfectly. Caesar able to get enough on it.
Goal by number 17, Caesar.
Boy situations in this game. Whoever can do that the most at the end of the time period in the second half is going to win this game. Right now it's 4-2. I think Argos has had a couple of more opportunities on breakaways than what the Rockies have. Of course, the Dragons have definitely had the ball on the offensive side of the field for them a lot more than the Rockies had. We'll have to see if they can't change that in the second half of play as they try to ride the momentum out of this one with 1:22 to go. Binkley at the top of the goal box, and then it goes out of bounds as Gamonito is looking for the reception on the near side, but it goes out of bounds. Now with it is Brandon Thomas, and quickly goes out on Thomas. It's going to be Rockies throwing it in. Doing so is Dion. Dion into Calderon. Turned around for the Dragons, back in the opposite direction is Spencer Vanderwill. He stays with it, plays the ball as Calderon goes to the ground. Tyler Peters comes all the way out of the box to clear it with a big right boot. He looks for Vanderwill. Vanderwill with the touch up to Binkley, and it's quickly turned around back in the other direction for the Rockies. Up to the far side now, and now to the center to Gamonita. Gamonita with a right boot off the side, and a defender for the Dragons end up making contact with the ball, and just that slight contact saves a goal for the Dragons, and it goes out of bounds, but this sets up now a corner kick far side for the Rockies.
Zach Trump with a great save there on defense.
20 seconds to go. The kick is in. Peters with it. It's away. It's still on the ground. And it gets up to Binkley. Binkley quickly clears the ball. Once again to Spencer Vanderwill. Vanderwill at the center line as we come to 5 seconds to go. Rockies trying to do something here late in the half. Trying to close the gap, and they can't. 4-2 at the half. Rusty, that got very exciting for the kickoff to begin the second half. They have the momentum going into the halftime break. We'll see if they can continue it as it goes all the way back to Jacob Hildebrand, the sweeper for the Rockies. They clear it back to the far side. Here comes, I believe that was Marshall trying to clear it up to the center. Aguiar to the near side to Smith. Smith takes a big left boot and just cannot pull it far enough to, or push it far enough towards the goal as it ends up being pulled near left of the goal post. So it goes out of bounds. Goal kick for the Dragons. It's going to be taken by Tyler Peters. Peters sends it down. Makes the kick. Goes all the way up beyond the midfield stripe. Binkley makes the head back to Osborn. Osborn back to Binkley. Binkley turns on it, but Hildebrand back there to sweep it. Clear it. And the Dragons try to go back the other direction. Last touched by the Rockies as it goes out of bounds off of Ruben Osbeck. Passing it in is Vincent Stone on the near side. Stone has Osborn in his sights, looking to pass it in to him. He also has Chandler Campbell. Goes over the top of Binkley. The Rockies defenders trying to take it away. Stone threads the needle, gets it in between a couple of Rocky defenders. Binkley comes up and over the top of it. And
Well, let's see what the call is here, but I think he did tackle him.
a free kick given to the Dragons now as a penalty is given to the Rockies. So a free kick to be taken by Spencer Vanderwill. Vanderwill feeds it to the center of the box. Up top now is Campbell. Campbell back out to Vanderwill. Vanderwill feeds it back to the center. Rockies trying to clear it, and doing so is Aguiar. Aguiar brings it out to Osborn. Osborn brings it up the near side, passes it up to Neilinger. Neilinger with the right boot, and nobody is there in a white jersey until late as Marshall. Now the Dragons trying to turn it around with the ball. Damon Binkley. Binkley dribbles by one. Two defenders, right boot in the back of the goal. 5-2.
Binkley just dribbled past everybody that was in his way. Left a lot of people
Goal by number 10, Damon Binkley.
We watched him do that more than once in the first half, too.
Well, that 37-40 kickoff is made. Now passing it to the far side, looking for Marshall. But now the Dragons trying to make something of it. As it gets by Aguiar with the ball is Chandler Campbell, and it goes out of bounds.
And we got a whistle here. I don't know what we're going to have.
A couple of players, one from the Rockies and one from the Dragons, pushing off one another.
Well, they shake hands and part. I don't know how amicably, but
That's Aguiar and Campbell. Aguiar for the Rockies, of course. Campbell for the Dragons. They have to shake hands. After Overmeyer did not like what he's seen there is just the physicality of it. It's going to bring that out.
it's one of those little things. You got a body wrapped up on you when you're just trying to pick a ball up out of bounds. There's some tempers player.
Stone, Osborn. Osborn puts it center of the field, looking for the play to Binkley. Rocky's trying to turn it around. It's cleared out by Stone. Stone passes it up to Vanderwill and falling on it, and then a free kick given to the Rockies. The Rockies take the free kick.
And who's this yellow card going to be?
And a yellow card is going to be issued to Osborn. Osborn.
Well, he's been doing this little thing all night long where when there's a free kick, he stands in front of it or makes contact with a guy as he's just about to kick. So he got kicked in the back with that one as Joe Smith put it down.
Vanderwill, head coach for the Dragons, not understanding the card as well. Now plays continued on. 35-46. The Rockies looking to make some momentum out of it. Marshall with a boot. Big right foot goes up and over the goal. Still 5-2 the difference. And Rusty, we're not quite to 5 minutes into this second half, and I think, honestly, knowing this rivalry, we're just seeing the onset.
Yeah, it's just the start of things to come.
Tyler Peters kicks it out. Rockies quickly turn it back around. Marshall.
That's been going on all night, too. Both teams just kind of shoving off the ball. And tempers a flare at some point.
Vinny Stone looking to make a play to Binkley. Binkley with the ball about midfield. Left foot by Binkley now. Up to the first side looking for Brandon Thomas. Thomas plays it, but then it's cleared out by the Rockies. Thomas passes it into Binkley over his head. Binkley with the ball, trying to turn it around and get it by the sweeper Jacob Hildebrand. Hildebrand last touches that out of bounds on the throw in Dragons.
Well, Binkley, whenever he is stopped long enough, has some Rockies' hands all over him, too.
And now it's going to be a free kick given to the Dragons.
I think Joseph was really manhandling him over there.
Free kick taken by Vanderwill. Put into the center of the box. Clearing it is Smith. Nice job defending the ball is Smith.
Yeah, that was close to a disaster.
34-10 to click off yet in this second half. The Dragons trying to make something of it. Vinny Stone with it. Right foot, left foot, back of the net. 6-2. Vincent Stone, a beautiful play for the Dragons. As Sam Stone really just could not get to that one. Stone had it to his right foot, over to his left, and then he just put it up over the top.
Have a chance. It was just a textbook for Vinny Stone.
It was just an excellent play on the ball as Aguiar trying to make something happen down on the near side, and now Aguiar has a free kick coming. Chandler Campbell being aggressive. The Dragons, he's got to back up 10 yards with the free kick. Antonio Calderon, right boot, far side. And there's a goal. The Rockies put it in.
You know, I'm looking at Peters. I wonder if he wants out and back.
And especially when you're the Rockies, you're down by 4, now 3, with 33-20 to go. Damon Binkley trying to make something happen. A couple of Rocky defenders come over, push him off the ball. Free kick.
And we've got some discussion going once again with the officials, Binkley and Osborn, having a talk.
Here we go. It's time.
And now a free kick for Spencer Vanderwill. He does most of these. Weele puts it all the way to the box to Sam Stone's hands, right to his chest.
Weele does. I'm amazed at how accurate his kicking is from so far away.
Osborn now, big man for Argos, center of the field. We talked about, me and you did, Rusty, during the break there at the half, about how great that young man is for his size and stature in this game. And now another free kick given. Damon Maitland's starting to really talk to the referee in the center of the field.
He's been doing it the whole game.
And now I don't know what this discussion is about. Is Calderon being talked to by the official? Not sure. I didn't see him even close to the play. I thought it was Joe Smith in there, but
Weele, far side of the box with his right foot, goes out of bounds before Binkley could ever get to it. That was his intended target.
this is certainly not an afternoon tea.
The score is 6-3.
Good. That was good.
But it is an excellent game of opportunities, right?
It is, and a game of what do we call it? Bumps and bruises.
A right foot to clear it by Tyler Peters. Near side, Rockies with the control, but there's Osborn trying to take it away. Aguiar. Gamanita back to Aguiar. Aguiar with it. And then it's going to be cleared by Chandler Campbell. Campbell gives it to Binkley. Binkley over to Weele. Weele, right foot, left foot, trying to get it around a couple of Rockies defenders. Here comes Osborn to it, and clearing it is going to be Trevor Neidlinger. Neidlinger brings it up. Right foot ahead up to Aguiar. Out of the box is Peters. Peters clears it. He clears it. Good 15, almost 20 yards. First side of the midline. Off of Osborn's foot over to Campbell. Campbell to Weele. Weele back to Campbell, but now Gamanita for the Rockies is going to turn it back in the right direction. Moving it up is Gamanita, looking for Aguiar. Aguiar now with a little bit of a break. He's got it. Right foot, touched by a defender of the Dragons, and clearing it out of the box was Alex Stone.
I don't know if Caesar wanted some contact. He was knocked to the ground down there.
Well, here's the problem, is the far line judge was wanting a goal kick, but Drew Overmeyer, the center referee, saw it differently and saw it as I saw it. Alex Stone last touched it for the Dragons, setting up the goal or corner kick now for the Rockies. It's not going to matter as Osborn clears it out. Back to Binkley, the midfield strike. Now it's one-on-one. Binkley has to get around. Binkley goes down center of the field. A late whistle.
It is a late whistle.
He's going to his pocket, looking.
We're going to have a discussion between the officials.
Stoppage.
Short timeout.
Now here comes Binkley over.
It's going to be an interesting call because based on what we've seen, this is not even close to the roughest contact that we've seen tonight.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, pocket.
And he's going to his pocket. We are going to
A red card.
a red card for Joe Smith, it appears. So I don't get this. He and Osborn continue to talk to each other as Joe leaves the game. Osborn in it with Calderon here at the center, so somebody better get control of that as they take a kick at each other. Now, there's no love lost between both of these guys. Don't think we're going to have a lot of guys invite. Hey, come on over to my house for pizza and video games after the game, would you?
So do you
That's
think?
going to be happening.
So you think a meeting of pizza between these two would not be a
Yeah.
good idea after the game?
I don't think that would probably be in the best interest of
Red card given. And I just knew it was a matter of time before we saw that red card.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, based on some of the contact we've seen tonight, that was a walk in the park.
Well, honestly, it's the first time we've seen a line judge get involved in play in the center of the field.
Right.
When honestly, I've been questioning inside my head, why haven't they gotten involved earlier in the game?
Right.
Especially the instance that really comes to mind was late in the first half when Overmeyer had his back turned against what was going on
Right
over
down
here
here
when
in
he
front
was
of
watching the
Binkley,
entire time on the near sideline. It is what it is. At this point, we can't change it. But what we do know is the Rockies find themselves down 6-3, now down a man. They only had 10 men on the field against the Dragons 11, and Osborn free kick. Osborn with a hard kick. Hit the crossbar all the way back out. To the top of the goal. Box, rather. Excuse me. Now, the Dragons trying to move it up. That's Lineberg. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lineberg. And now moving it up is Trevor Neilinger in the near side. Neilinger has it. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Rockies. The Dragons now going to throw it in. Doing the honors is Chandler Campbell.
And now we have a discussion once again by officials.
The ball never made it in bounds on the original throw-in, so now the Argos Dragons will have the throw-in where the Rockies last threw it. Campbell throws it into Vinny Stone. Vinny Stone trying to move it up, and the only person there is a white jersey for the Rockies. Multiple headers taken between both teams. With the ball now is Osborn and a couple of Rockies trying to take it away, center of the field. Just to the right of the midfield stripe. Marshall passes it back. Vincent Aguiar rather has it in the center of the field. Now here comes Gamanita. Gamanita with a right boot trying to get over the top of Tyler Peters' head as Peters was actually playing aggressively outside of the interior goal box.
I'm liking
This kind of a weed.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, but it's kind of like in hockey. When you have a goalkeeper that goes behind the net, it really leaves the front of the net open and vulnerable. You can do the same thing in soccer if you come out too far.
Right.
There's a lot of gap between the goalpost and the goalie as that one goes out of bounds.
Whoa.
And we have a shove, and what's this going to be?
Gamanita was getting the ball for the throw-in.
Well, he didn't need to extend his hand and push the guy off of it, though. That's what he's having explained to him. This is an emotional game, really emotional. And, you know.
Binkley now with it near side. Unbelievable move, and now
That's going to bring him in the box. And take him right off of it. There's definitely a foul there.
Just outside the
Gamanita with a foul, and now a free kick given just to the outside
Yeah, I know.
of the penalty
was
box.
in the box.
Really fortunate for the Rockies that it was not inside of it. Osborn, center to the boot. Far side, looking to get back to Binkley. Binkley with the left foot off the front of Stone. Stone now clears it out.
And another whistle here. As
Handball is called against the Dragons. Now the Rockies with a free kick to be taken by Trevor Neilinger. Neilinger kicking ahead, looking for Aguiar. Aguiar off the head to receive it from the Dragons, and then a big right boot by Antonio Calderon, and it goes out of bounds. Goal kick to be given. The Dragons.
we have some replacements in the Plymouth lineup. Looks like we have Osborn back into the game, as well as that would be Colin Calvert into the game for the Rockies.
25:33 to go, 6-3 the Dragons lead. The Rockies trying to get something going, and a nice move for Cesar Aguiar. Aguiar brings it over to Gamanita, and then look at that big boot by Osborn. Osborn puts it up. Back to the midfield stripe. Here comes Vanderweel. He makes a turn on it. Also making a turn back the other way was Calvert. Calvert now to the center of the field to Neilinger. Neilinger passes it up and over the top of the head of Cesar Aguiar. Aguiar goes down. Far side. Stone for the Dragons, trying to move it up. Gets it over to Brandon Thomas. Thomas, right boot to Binkley. Binkley to Stone. Stone to Vanderwill. Vanderwill, here's... Oh, and it goes right foot over to Vanderwill. That was actually last touched by Campbell.
I'll tell you what, Damon Binkley got shoved off the ball here. Unless he's a great actor, it was a pretty violent shove.
Well,
Six schools got it.
it's been a lot of contact, and it's really tough to say at this point what is acting and what is real. Soccer is...
Draw attention to it.
Soccer's always...
You don't draw attention to it. Come on.
Soccer's always been one of the sports where they say drama is a big part of it, and a lot of it's acted out.
Yeah.
I mean, I will be honest with it.
Yeah.
And why not?
All right, here comes Caesar Aguirre, but he's got two defenders, and there's a move. Right foot, left, three defenders, no one. He tries to get it, and it ends up in the hands of Peters. A flag is up on the far side.
And let's see what the call is going to be. What do you call it?
I don't know, you say that.
It's in the box.
I don't know what he's talking about. Elbow.
And it looks like it's going to be...
It is going to be a penalty kick. They had three black uniforms for the Dragons all over Caesar Aguirre. Now Aguirre with the opportunity to put him within two for the first time since the end of the second half. It's 6-3, 23-20 to go in the second half, and the clock is stopped for the penalty kick. Tyler Peters in the net for the Argos Dragons. He's given up one goal over the last 3 games. He's given up 4 here tonight. 6-4, Caesar Aguirre with a goal. Well, Argos with the kickoff. Vanderwill and Binkley. Binkley quickly passes it back into their own half of the field to Ballinger. Ballinger passes it on up to Thomas on the far side. Brandon Thomas quickly stopped by a couple of Rockies uniforms. A last touch it goes out of bounds. On the far side, once again, is Vanderwill. Right there is Hildebrand to clear it, the sweeper for the Rockies. Quickly passed back in by Thomas. With the ball's Binkley. Binkley with already a hat trick. Passes it back to Osborn. Osborn tries to give it and go up to Binkley, but it's quickly taken away by a host of Rockies defenders. Aguirre trying to make something happen once again. Dragons kick it back in the direction to make an attack towards Binkley. Nice defense so far here in the last couple of minutes for the Rockies as they pass it ahead to Caesar Aguirre once again. Aguirre with it and trying to single-handedly put the Rockies back into the ballgame.
You know, if Plymouth is going to contend in this one and get back and tie go ahead, Caesar Aguirre's got to have the ball a lot more.
They're trying. The Dragons are honestly doing a great job of shutting down.
You're right. You're 100% right. And it becomes even harder now to get man down.
Exactly. To even get a goal, whether it be a free kick or a penalty kick or not, to get a goal being a man down is pretty impressive.
It is.
All right, the Dragons trying to go ahead. On the offensive side, Binkley with it. He's got 3 to his credit already, amounting for half of them. Back towards the goal. Unbelievable angle.
Close to the front of it.
Unbelievable angle and kick by Binkley. It's cleared out by Sam Stone, and now Binkley's called for offsides, as he did not get back onsides in time. There was not a defender between him and the goalie. Plymouth clears it. Aguirre now on this near side, passes it up to Gamanita. The Dragons defense is all over it, passing it up near side, but Campbell there. With the ball now is Ruben Osmond. Osmond trying to center to Gamanita and Aguirre here in the near side. Aguirre left foot, but nobody there, and he actually clears the goal. The post goes out of bounds, far side baseline. Goal kick for Tyler Peters and the Argos Dragons. 6-4, just about to the halfway point of the second half. 20-25 and rolling on the Plymouth Rocky Soccer scoreboard. Once again, 6-4. The Dragons have had 9 shots on goal, and the Rockies have 4 shots on goal. Every shot on goal has netted a goal for the Rockies. And offside called against the Plymouth Rockies, trying to get that goal, or trying to get that man ahead of the ball, as I mentioned at the halftime break, to get those quick charges. It was the Rockies, but that time they got caught offsides. Weele with it, now looks to set it to Osborn. Osborn to Stone. Stone back to Osborn. Has Campbell over here near side, right boot. Sam Stone grabs it.
Boy, Binkley was waiting right there. Stone doesn't feel that clean.
Sam Stone back out to Caesar Aguiar to Osmond. Osmond tries to bring it up, but there's Vinny Stone all over for the Dragons. Passes it on over to Alex Stone. Stone tries to feed it up to Osborn. Osborn can't control it. And all over to Colin Calvert. Here comes Binkley. He's going to have a defender and Sam Stone there. Stone falls on it. Stone by Sam Stone. Way to be hungry for the ball.
He's been under fire here for a few minutes, and he's done a nice job.
Caesar Aguiar now with it. He's going to try to clear it. But Vincent Stone puts it back into Osborn to Vanderwilt. Vanderwilt to Binkley. Binkley tries to give and go. On the near side is Brandon Thomas, and another stop by Stone.
He's having a good night. I know there's 6 goals on the board, but he's having a good night.
18:38 and counting as it cleared by the Rockies over the center line. It got away from Claire Marshall. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. Rockies getting ready and set to throw it in. Gamonita on the far side. Vincent Stone all over it, and he touches it last for the Dragons. Goes out of bounds. Rockies throw it back in. Waldron trying to move it up. Quickly turned around by the Dragons. Binkley falls down. Quickly gets back up. And so casually passes it right back to Campbell. Campbell goes to the ground. Free kick awarded after the Rockies defense makes contact. Just to the top of the penalty box is this free kick. Now, here's the interesting part. The Rockies have to stay back 10 yards. Or excuse me, 10 feet from where the free kick is given, which is right at the top of the box. They send 4 Rockies.
I wonder if he can put it in this corner side.
We'll see how good Binkley is with his right foot. Oh, it just comes to the near side.
He had like an eyelash worth of room on that side. And
He doesn't wait.
But he did it in between their feet. It touched one of them. So it goes to the near side out of bounds and sets up a corner kick. Can't get it down on the top of the box. Try it from the angle.
My legs just cramped up.
Binkley set on the far side, kicking it in is Vanderwilt. Vanderwilt looks for Binkley. Binkley heads. Sam Stone is there. Sam Stone clears it onto the other half of the field. Gamonita looking for Caesar Aguiar, but turning on it to Chandler Campbell. Campbell on up to Brandon Thomas. Thomas tries to get it, but Gamonita there to apply pressure. Thomas over to Osborn. And now we have a good match going here on the ball between Osborn and Ruben Osmond. But it goes out of bounds. That's touched by Osmond.
He's like Zorro.
Parker trying to turn it around. Gamonita all over it. Last touch by Gamonita goes out of bounds. Osborn with it. Right foot looking for the center. And it goes off the chest of Deanna and out of bounds.
Is that Godzilla?
Far side corner kick now for the Dragons. Still looking for text questions.
yes,
574.
307-6647.
You have a question about tonight's game?
You have an admirer. If we didn't have a question, why aren't you on more football more Friday nights? He makes it sound very exciting. Andrew rocks the game. Dude, your mom sends nice text messages.
I think that's a 780 number. My mom's number is 952, so she's clear. 15-13 to go.
Leslie's got 2 minutes.
6-4. 6-4. The Dragons still lead. Damon Binkley trying to move it ahead.
He's hanging on to him.
Binkley and Jacob Hildebrand were tied together, and Binkley is pulled for the penalty, and back the other way are the Rockies.
And just so I'm clear, I agree with your mom. You do rock the game, man. I mean that.
It's probably Justin.
Moving it ahead are the Rockies.
Okay, well, you're professional. You're gonna play that off. 574-307-6647 is the text number if you want to join the love fest going on here.
It's a great game. The difference right now is 2 goals, but it's still it's been an up and down match. The Dragons definitely have controlled more of it on the offensive side, but the Rockies have had some great opportunities. The Dragons have just shut them down defensively as Vanderbilt comes alive for the Dragons and clears it out. Hildebrand there to retrieve it as it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. He'll pass it in over his head, looking on the far side to Marshall. Marshall touches it, goes out of bounds. And now the Dragons will pass it in.
You know, at what point do you start trying to put this in the deep freeze?
Here comes Vanderbilt. He's going to pass it over to Campbell. Campbell, a wide open field. Campbell goes down, play on.
What a play.
And now,
Calvert, now we're going to get a whistle. Okay, now we're going to get a
red card. No, that's a good target.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
What was that for?
Some extracurricular activities after the ball left the scene of the crime.
After the ball left the scene of the crime. Yeah, I didn't see it, so I didn't see anything, but it looks like that's going to send Chandler Campbell to the bench.
See, if the crime scene had a ball in, then it wouldn't be as obvious for that red card to come out.
Do we need to get the CSI team out down here? I think Binkley wants to get some forensics out here.
Well,
he has been the diplomat down here to the official.
Binkley wanted an explanation. Now he's going over to explain the situation to his head coach.
I know Coach Vanderbilt and I are a happy man right now.
And it's going to be the original 11-on-11.
Do it after the next one.
Near side. Marshall with it. Marshall taking it all by his lonesome all the way to the center of the field to get around Osborn. Osborn for the Dragons. Blind breath for Gamanita, who looked to play it. But now Vanderbilt has it as the Dragons cleared it. Vanderbilt was looking for Binkley, but Binkley went in towards the center of the field instead of the near side. Gamanita now. The Rockies starting to come to life. But here's Vincent Stone. He's been doing a great job for the Dragons. Now he's passed up. Caesar flips it out of bounds.
What a great pass by Gamanita.
And Caesar knows it.
He's not happy with himself at all.
No, he knew it just a little bit too aggressive. That was a golden opportunity to put it within a goal. 6-4 the difference. 12-14 and counting.
Come on, guys. Come back and get it. I got one ball.
Tyler Bitters puts it out here to the center of the field. Now, Brandon Thomas with it at the far side. Last touch by the Rockies goes out of bounds. Thomas is going to pass it up far side to Stone. Stone takes it all the way to the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Rockies defender. Number 9, Brendan Joseph. Joseph with one of the 4 goals for the Rockies. Binkley receives the inbounds play for the Dragons. Look at that. Just gets around so flawlessly through the defenders. Vincent Stone now for the Dragons, looking to bring it up through his own field of defenders. And look at that, he opens it up, puts it towards the goal, and Stone is there for the stop.
He was able to set his feet just a little more. He'd have had a score there.
The Dragons with their 11th shot on goal.
Yeah, something like Sam Stone. I know you don't usually say this when you see 6 goals on the board, but he has had a good game.
A lot of good stops for him.
He's been under fire all night long.
The Dragons just keep putting that ball towards him time and time again. Tyler Peters comes out to retrieve a loose ball kick towards his direction. And look at the speed brought on by the Rockies. And Colin Calvert trying to make something happen late in this one as we approach 10 minutes. Damon Binkley out of the ball, near his side. Hildebrand all over him. Binkley has to check up on it. Left foot to the center. Looking for Brandon Thomas. Caesar Aguiar, he's been in the striker position all the way back at the defense now, trying to move the ball up. Now Gamanita. But Gamanita has moved off the ball by Lineberry. 10-13 to go. It's still 6-4. The Rockies came alive at the end of the first half. We'll see if they can do it here at the end of the second half as they have the ball far side. Trying to put it in towards the center to Gamanita. Vanderwill now for the Dragons is going to clear it, but it's going to be a right boot out of bounds. He's down. Vanderwill might have extended his right leg on that one a little too far.
That could be a cramp. Looks like
as the clock begins to roll, Calvert looks for a recipient for the ball to be thrown to. Over the top of Binkley as the ball is thrown to Ruben Osborn. Osborn can't stay with it. And now in the game for the Dragons is Aaron Dowdle, and Dowdle tries to bring it down.
I tell you, I've known Aaron since he was a little boy. You talk about somebody who can run. 1, 2, 3. That kid was flat out. Why?
Well, Aaron Dowdle is a freshman, so he's got a lot of time left on this varsity roster.
It's a heck of an athlete.
There's a big right boot towards Sam Stone by Osborn. Rockies trying to make another push. 9 minutes to go, and Tyler Peters is there to receive it. Gamanita for the Rockies going to apply pressure and make Peters grab the ball off the turf. He makes the kick beyond the center line. It's all the way up to Dowdle. Binkley dribbles with it, trying to get around Hildebrand, or Neilinger rather. Binkley puts it in there, right-footed to Brandon Thomas. Thomas tries to turn it around to Osborn. Osborn retrieves the ball himself. He's going to set it back up for Binkley. Binkley puts it back towards Osborn, and Binkley on the ground. Stoppage of time called again. We're going to go back into the pocket as O'Ryan. And a yellow card is issued.
Calderon all night as well, so I think that's kind of what he said. All night long, so here we go.
Wow.
So Calderon is
Cards
now
flying
out.
everywhere. Yeah, seriously.
Binkley's going to set himself up in the first side of the box. Osborn, the big guy, in the center for the Dragons. He's going to try to put this ball into the center of the penalty box. Looking for Binkley, I'm sure. Binkley makes the charge. Stone is there to punch it out of the air. Brandon Thomas is on the far side to retrieve it. Last touch by Stone, the goalkeeper. And it goes out of bounds. Brandon Thomas to pass it in. Brandon Thomas with the overhead throw. Looking for Osborn, center of the field. Cleared out by the Rockies. Oh, what a kick by Brandon Thomas to bring it back into the center of the box. Sam Stone retrieves it. Stone rolls it out on the ground. Binkley is there. And a whistle is blown. A free kick given. Binkley thought he had the ball taken cleanly. Gamanita now with the ball, passes and drops it off to Neilinger. Neilinger with the goal earlier in the game. Gamanita tries to get up there, runs into his own player, Caesar Aguiar. Now Osborn going to try to turn it around. He'll bring it out near his side to Binkley. Binkley moves it to Osborn. Osborn trying to turn it around before Calvert can make a move on it, but Calvert last touches it for the Rockies, goes out of bounds. Dowdle now with a header for the Dragons, trying to put it in the center of the play, but Osborn's not there. And turning it around is Kyle Height. First time we've seen Height. There's Binkley. He would have had a breakaway, and he's on the ground. Stoppage time. Or stop in play, in the clock, shown once again. And he goes back to the pocket of cards. We've seen this time and time again, and another red card given.
Osborn gets this one. Once again, some discussion with Sam Stone trying to figure it out.
We got 3
Second red card of the game given to the Plymouth players. First for Argos. They have 1. Now it's a 10-on-9 matchup. And now Overmeyer called over by Josh Martin and the Rockies bench. Vanderwill also upset. They were almost at the midfield mark. Both coaches were.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, now you're just trying as a coach, trying to alleviate the much further problem these red cards are going to create, because now these red cards carry over to the next game as well.
Yes,
All right, free kick as he blocked against the roll once again for Osborn. Osborn on the right footer. Brandon Thomas come on after Stone made the stop. Thomas trying to get the rebound to put it in the back of the net, and instead the Rockies clear it out above the baseline, the backside of the penalty box. Corner kick coming up for Argos to be taken by Josiah Osborn. A lot of seniors on the field for the Dragons, 8 total on the team. As Osborn puts that into play, but it goes all the way the width of the field, almost out of bounds, but Vincent Stone is there to save it. And then it goes out of bounds, last touch by the Dragons. The Rockies want to pass it in. Culver going to do the honors up the near side. Vincent Stone with the header back the other direction, but it goes out of bounds. Culver once again going to pass it in as a substitution is being made. Jacob Hildebrand for the first time going to go to the bench.
Colin Dion, I believe, re-entering the ball game, and let's see who this is. First time that we have seen. Well, no, we saw Tim Fonseca a little bit earlier.
We saw him at the end of the first half of play, and here comes the Rockies trying to get the ball pushed ahead of the defense of the Dragons, and then it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons, Dylan Ballinger. Ballinger touches it out of bounds. Rockies throw it in. Nylander looks to set it up to the center to Aguiar. It goes off the back of Aguiar's legs, and the Rockies going to take advantage of it. Damon Binkley with the speed comes towards the ball. He heads it on the ground as he went to the ground. And the Rockies turn it back the other direction with Calvert.
I think the fans wanted a handball out here.
Binkley with it. He's so slow and shows a lot of finesse with the ball. Dowdle with it, tries to pass it back to Thomas. Thomas goes to the ground. And now the Rockies with the opportunity. The Rockies trying to get it back in the other direction and stopped dead in his tire tracks by Ballinger. Ballinger passes it up far side to Thomas. Thomas with the right boot, only to be cleared by the Rockies once again. But Thomas tries to regain control as the ball that he lost on the far side when it goes out of bounds last touch by the Dragons. And the number 6 of Alex Stone.
This is a long game.
The Rockies trying to move it ahead. 4:12 to go. 6-4. They still find themselves down by 2. Free kick to be given to the Dragons now. This is going to give them the opportunity to clear it out of their own end. Straight to the Rockies player on the far side. That being Dion. Dion passes it up to Cesar Aguiar. Aguiar up to Gamanita. Gamanita with it.
And that's got to be something.
Free kick going to be given to the Dragons.
Looked to me like Brown basically just fell on top of the ball.
And now a stoppage in time.
Well, if he doesn't do that, Gamoneta's alone. Let's just have the headed for the goal.
Well, we have a player on the far side in the grass for the Dragons. I believe it's Brandon Thomas.
Hey, kid. He was limping a little bit earlier. The last time he had to make a short turn on that pass from Dowell a few moments ago. He came up a little slow after that.
Well, once again, this is.
Yeah, you got some guys down there stretching a little bit too. Looks like Brown is some cramping issues.
Well, you might as well take advantage of it with the clock stop and the ball not in play. I mean, you have 3:31 to go, a lot of time left. If you're the Dragons to defend, the Rockies wish they had more time left in the clock. But definitely the coldest evening that these teams have competed in so far this season. As the Dragons look to push it ahead once again, Lineberry with it. Applied pressure by two Rockies defenders. Lineberry and Binkley. Binkley comes away with it. Binkley tries to move it up. He passes it off to Dowdle, and now a whistle.
It's like offside.
Offside.
Free kick for the Rockies. They clear it. There's a header to move it back in the opposite direction to Chase Brown. The Rockies, Brown gets it up to Osborn. Aguiar trying to single-handedly do something here as it goes off. No, that was Osborn. Gamoneta knows they're running out of time. Passes it into Calvert. Calvert moves it back to Gamoneta. Here it comes Binkley. He gets the ball, passes it to Stone. Stone moves it ahead. Binkley has it. Binkley to Osborn. Osborn
to the fans.
Right, footed out of bounds.
Gets it out of the park.
To the fans.
Binkley is just everywhere.
Yeah,
He gets ahead to Dowdle.
He's down.
No, I want that was back.
Osborn with it. He'll bring it out to the near side.
2 minutes.
And it goes out of bounds by the Rockies.
It was right in the way. That guardrail was right there.
And I can't believe the parents are letting him lean over like that.
That little kid.
By Kyle Hyde.
Kyle.
Hyde tries to clear it and does so, moving it on up to Marshall. Marshall up to Aguiar. Aguiar has shown the speed. He stays with it. Gets around a couple of players. Gamoneta is there. Gamoneta to the far side of Stone. Stone clears it out of bounds. Rocky is going to throw it in. 1:14 to go, 6-4.
And we'll have a substitution. We'll see if I can get a number. Yeah. It's all the way to the other side.
And that's Eric Martin.
He's starting to coach.
Okay.
Or Marin.
You've got better eyes than I do. Yep, you're right, Eric. Morin.
So Marin comes in. Cesar Aguiar there trying to receive the throw-in, which was off the head of one of the Dragon defenders, and Tyler Peters is there to retrieve it. Well, 42 seconds to go. 6-4, the Rockies still down by 2. The Rockies going to try to turn it around here in the final 30 seconds of play. Yeah, the ball's still inside the circle at the midfield stripe. And now the Rockies cleared into their own side, making a move. On the ball is Austin Brinkman for the Dragons. Whistle blown late in this one. 14 and counting. Free kick for the Rockies. This could be the last kick of the game. As it's booted up towards the center.
Oh, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
A right foot there stopped by the Dragons. And that is the game. The Rockies